Okay, Katie May, followed by Victor Briscoe. And I apologize in advance if I mispronounce anybody's name. Please proceed.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Katie May, and I've been a Lake Forest resident for about 11 years now. I'm 1230 Conway Road, so pretty close to the tower. I'm not here to fight the tower over health concerns, but since that information was included in the packet, I'd like to address it briefly. Barrett, you mentioned in the last meeting that it's your libertarian spirit that often makes you ask for a second opinion. Like you, I don't blindly trust information, especially when it's of this magnitude. We're all aware that citizen journalism is thriving while legacy media is dead, and government-controlled agency narratives sometimes face scrutiny and are often wrong. That's why I decided to dig deeper. Kathy, the information in your packet and in your answer to Barrett this evening is actively being challenged in the federal courts. In 2021, the EHT, Environmental Health Trust, sued the FCC and won. The court ordered the FCC to update their guidelines. The court found that the FCC failed to consider adequate evidence to potential health risks from RF radiation emitted by cell towers.
Let's drive out to a 5G cell phone tower and measure it with my detector here and see how many milliwatts per meter squared we're getting. Okay, so I'm gonna be checking that cell tower. So down here on the ground away from it, we're at 7 milliwatts per meter squared. So standing right next to the cell towers, it wasn't that high. Okay, now the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's test how strong the 5G signal is coming directly off of my phone. So comparable to when you're holding it next to your ear talking. So my phone is using my 5G network right now. Let's turn on our meter. So right now we're at around 0.4 milliwatts per meter squared. It's jumping around. Let's bring my phone close to it now. Holy cow. 327 it got to. Okay, that is a lot higher than the cell phone tower. Let's turn off my phone completely. 800 it got to. 818. Whoa.
And other wireless devices. The current guidelines the FCC presents are from studies and data that are from 1996. Again, the current FCC studies and data that say cell towers poses no harm haven't been updated in over 30 years. Furthermore, the court ordered the FCC to address non-thermal radiation effects, which it hadn't done in the past. It's been over 3 years since the case ruling, and the FCC has been silent on providing any update and revised standards. I wonder if the board and the city planning are aware of this outstanding court order. Residents strongly oppose the train station location. It would be an eyesore, changing the character of our town and lower property values. The stigma around these structures remains, and people simply don't want to live near them. These are valid concerns, even if some argue that there's no visual or health impact. I'm here today with a petition of over 700 Lake Forest residents that signed this, and I can let you guys see this at I'll just leave it with Kathy. That number, 700 and counting, represents 30 to 50% of Lake Forest active voting populations. This percentage is based on the average of 1,500 to 4,000 residents that turn out for local elections. Please honor the majority of this community and consider other options for this tower to go up, not in the West Lake Forest train station. The only option would be the dump, as it's out of sight. The dump monopole could be a good interim solution, since we will all be using Starlink or other satellites sooner rather than later. Starlink is projected to roll out voice services in 2025, which will make traditional cell towers dinosaurs and obsolete. Currently, Starlink already supports texting, so we're just like a year away from, satellites. Please do not change the code, and if you must, only change the code for the dump. Thank you.
Thank you.